What's up, future? It's me. So I've been here for the past, week or so. Um, Actually, I've been here since Thursday. So I think I'm going to go into town tomorrow and wash up. And I don't have to do laundry, pick up my packages, and get some more food. Um, it's been pretty nice. I'm back at one of my old spots. And yeah, when I left, it was turning cold. I left before the winter solstice, and it was just about to snow. And right after I left, it snowed in like really bad. And I got out of there, and um, yeah. But anyway, yeah. Now it's warmed up. I don't see the chipmunks and the squirrels yet, so I hope they weren't poisoned. There's like this like rodent. There's like this rodent. Someone put at my site this like rodent aura thing. It's like a anti-mouse device, and so that might be why my rodent pals haven't shown up. I hope that it wasn't in response to me being here, and I also hope that it's not disrupting them. But yeah, I think maybe it's like too preseason. Man, these guys sleep late. They went to bed really early, where they like disappeared early, and then they stayed gone. I wonder if this person understands my posting habits. Yeah. I've met a couple people IRL who know me from online, but they can totally know me just from IRL. So, yeah. Pretty cool stuff. I kind of want to get like a good drone landing pad. The back of my car is obviously a really good drone landing pad. It actually is, but the problem is it's got those rivets, so it doesn't land really natural. So yeah, to avoid chipping a rotor, I think I'm gonna have to get it set up with something. I was looking into getting a new horn, get like a megaphone horn system for my car, but I decided not to do that. It's just like wiring it up would be tricky. I don't really understand how to do that. Yeah, my horn doesn't work. The person backed up into me, and one of the reasons is I can't honk my horn, which I found out only a lot later. Yeah, horn does not work. So I have a bicycle horn coming though. Yeah, I have like one of those like rechargeable ones. 120 decibels should be loud enough. Yeah, I'm going to put it in the front of my car and then have the button inside here so I can press that. Um, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's nice to be back. I'm sitting in the sun right now, kind of warming up, cooking some rice, rice and veg. Yeah. So when I was driving up, it was a little bit muddy, slippery. So I really hope that these few days I've been here since Thursday will have allowed it to dry up a lot. But yeah, I mean, this place usually gets like at least 100 inches of snow. This past winter, it got 8 inches of snow. So it's like we're actually going to be in what we call like a fire danger soon, which is definitely a problem for me staying here. The problem is that the whole like Western United States is in fire danger all at once. There's really no place I can go where it's not like high fire danger. So I'm not really sure what to do about it. March is still pretty nice. I probably have a few weeks at least of a little comfort, but by the time it gets around to like, man, it'd be great to get all that snow back in the summer. Oh man, that would be amazing. I would take some big summer storms like beginning of June. Yeah, middle of June, if you could pour for 3 or 4 days, that would be amazing. Yeah, big rainstorm every week. That would be cool. That would be cool. I had pretty good dreams. Uh, I slept in and went to bed early. Oh yeah, I'm watching One Piece. the One Piece live action. I got a Netflix account just to watch it, and it's pretty good. It's kind of like the worst thing ever, and it's also kind of the best thing ever. It is. It does some things that are like the greatest thing ever, and then it does other things that are just annoying, like purposely launching these stressful circumstances on you over and over. I think the powers are kind of stupid. I do. Luffy has the power to stretch. That's not super cool. This other girl has the power to like take her arm out of anything, which isn't really that cool. I think the powers kind of suck, honestly. Yeah, in One Piece, and One Piece is a MacGuffin, right? All these people are like, what is the One Piece? Oh, the One Piece. The One Piece is a fucking MacGuffin. It's it's kind of cool. The One Piece author sunk his the answer to what the One Piece is in the ocean somewhere. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah. A MacGuffin is like an unknown goal, right? We have to get the Tesseract. Or it's like Castaway, he has the mysterious package. He has this one unopened package. Yeah. I would have opened it. But yeah, a MacGuffin is like an unknown thing that carries the plot, right? Like, we need to get what's on that data chip, right? What's the data chip? Doesn't really matter. When they tell you, it feels like a letdown. But it's really the fact that they want to get it that makes it going. So I'm going to find the One Piece. Like, what the fuck is the One Piece? A One Piece is slang for a swimsuit. So they could be going after a bikini. Yeah. But yeah, I do like it out here in this area in particular. I'm super inspired by the fact that I haven't seen anyone drive through. I actually really like that. No one's driven through up here. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I could fly my drone later. I love my new drone. It's actually really cool. Yeah, I have an updated drone, and it's really nice. So, gonna go flying with that. Yeah, my new drone is sick. Really a huge fan of it. Yeah, I'm all topped up on power right now. I do. I have so much energy. I actually have to do that. I have to change these batteries out. So, it's got 5 bars. Time to change the battery. Here's the one that also has 5 bars, maxed out in the sun. So, yeah, this is my power system. It's got a little bit of a like switcheroo you gotta do, where you have to like change them out and make sure the solar's running. But it saves me a lot month to month on electricity. Yeah, it's like propane costs $10. The gym costs $24. So, my old place, I was paying $50 for water. So, if I going to the gym to shower is certainly a lot less expensive than paying $50 for water. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. Yeah, saving money, living frugal. Yeah, I'd love to get some land and a house, but there doesn't seem to be like I could honestly, if I'm gonna get a house, I'm gonna go out to the East Coast because it's a lot less expensive. If I was on the East Coast, I could pay off a house in 5 years, whereas West Coast, anything west of Texas is gonna be like freaking at least $200,000, if not more. So it's like, yeah. But being out here as a camper is nice. Oh man, I'm so happy I got my car registered for 2 years. Oh man. I really hate doing registration because it's like, it's just not easy for me. It's like, I have to mail it to a post office and I have to get a freaking emissions test and all that shit. So I finally did it. I did it like the last 5 days. And yeah, and it worked though. And not only did it work, but I got a 2 year registration, so I don't have to do that for 2 years. I'm like, whoa, I'll be 41. Ooh, the bluebird showed up. What's up? He's probably gonna bark at me. These bastards like fucking gawking. Gah, 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 gah. He sounds like a machine gun. The jackdaw blue jay. They're assholes. Not all of them. I've known a couple that show up and just like make like nice noises, but a lot of them are like fucking jerks. Um, they're turfing, right? They turf. So yeah. Just checking if my propane is really going. It is. Yeah, I love the propane. It's like $10 to cook for a whole month. It's not bad. It's a really good deal. I usually always have a tuna can, and then I usually always have a lot of veg and like rice or pasta. Yeah, butter rice or pasta with veg, and then a tuna can is like my normal meal, just to keep me going. Yeah, I eat the same thing every time. Always butter, always a tuna can, always the same seasoning. But yeah, I like it. I'm making rice this time. Rice and potatoes are a lot trickier. Pasta is probably the easiest, and like you don't have to cook it perfectly. Rice you can burn or undercook, and potatoes you can also like make mash or not cook them enough. And both potatoes and rice are tricky, but pasta is great. Pasta is really forgiving. You forget it for a little bit, you don't quite cook it long enough. It's not as bad as rice or potatoes, honestly. So yeah, I like pasta, but it does get a little boring. Um, I love organic Parmesan cheese. Kraft Parmesan cheese, no go. Organic Parmesan cheese, mm-hmm. Now that tastes good. I like that stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna leave here tomorrow and go pick up, get all my stuff and wash up. And I don't really have anything in the mail that's like cool. It's just like a resupply of like food and drinks and stuff. So yeah, I do that all by mail. I just go into Amazon and pick it up. Yeah, I love that they did that. They were really like Amazon was forward looking for like shipping directions with the lockers and Whole Foods. Yeah, you can ship all your Amazon stuff to Whole Foods and they'll hold it there for you. It's great. I love it. It's actually really cool. Um, Big fan. Ah, that's what that was. I heard this noise earlier. It was my controller. Yeah, got a controller I've been meaning to burn. So yeah, I'm gonna make make a pile for this fire. Um, yeah, it's gonna get a little bit warmer, but I'm gonna try to stay here for a little bit. I'll stay here until the fire danger is so extreme they kick us all out, which happens. Like sometimes there's like extreme fire danger, which is scary. You don't want to be out where it's like really thick in case a blaze blows through because you could die, you get cooked alive. Um, but yeah, sometimes it gets so bad they'll kick us out. It was really interesting. I think you might have to look this up, but I think the year that we had the most snow, we had like over 100 inches of snow, like 150 inches of snow, was the same year they closed the forests for it being too hot. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, this past year we had 8 inches of snow, which is like uncharacteristic for the winter. But that's what I was asking for because I was like, I was here and I was always like, no snow, please. I don't want to see it. Yeah, I was always planning on leaving here, but it just like there was no reason. Yeah, there was no reason. Um, I found a nice new quadrant and a place that I'm going to go back to, you know. And what I love about out here is like I had used these woods to poo like 6 months ago, And already, like, I go to the spot where the holes were, and it's just like it's exactly rough dirt all the way down. There's no TP. There's no like, this looks like poo. Nope, it looks exactly like good soil. And that's what happens in the forest, is the mycelium and the bacteria in the ground will actually digest poop for you. It's really actually like, I'm not using chlorinated sewage water to carry my poo. I let the forest do it, and it does it probably better. I'd imagine better. So, yeah, the trees get a lot of nice nutrients. Yeah, the trees get like a really rich nutrient ensemble, and I get easy management of poo. Yeah. I clean myself with wipes, and I leave it in like a box or a pyre, and then I burn it when I leave. I have a fire the night before. So, yeah, it's been pretty great. Most people don't know this road is open right now. Like, this area usually stays closed until like April, but because it's like warm and there's no it's warm and there's no snow, they just opened it up. They're like, it's already open, you know. It's like, there's no snow on the ground and it's warm. Let's open it up. So yeah, this area can stay shut in until April, and it could stay with mountains of snow until April. Where it's like locked, right? But now they just opened it up. Like, why not? 8 inches already melted. Can you imagine that? 150 inches 4 years ago, 8 inches this year. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa. Is that what the chemtrails are doing? See, I would have no problem with chemtrails if they're like, yes, we're cloud seeding to keep the temperature cool. I would actually have no problem with it at all. But it's the fact they don't tell you they're doing it, and you don't know what's in the spray. And people go, oh no, that's just normal vapor. No, it's not. You're talking about uh sometimes planes are running no chemtrail, and it's just like a short vapor cloud that disappears. And the chemtrail is like a fucking huge blast. It's just like this mass amount of stuff. And I'm like, how did that happen? There's no clouds in the sky, and this one plane is leaving a permanent streak that like morphs, right? And it's like, that's not vapor runoff from an engine. They used school to tell me about that. They're like, oh, it's just vapor. I'm like, it's not just vapor. They're doing something and not telling us. So, yeah, dick shrinkers and mood blockers and that fucking stuff. Anyway, One Piece, yeah, I'm on the second season, like episode 3. I like it. It's like, it's kind of goofy and stupid. Um, it's really nice to see them take the source material kind of seriously. They don't really like, well, yeah, this happened, but let's do it this way. They're like, let's try to play by play this thing. Let's try to play by play it. I mean, like, they take like they got the dude's eyes wrong. Dracule's eyes are red in the manga, and they made him yellow in the TV show. So it's like, busted, caught you fucking up. And yeah, they like talk about the manga, and they just go with the anime. They got busted. So, but anyway, yeah. Uh, yep. No, it is nice living in your car, because it's like, it's both lonely and boring. But the nice time is like when I have a great spot. I've got a lot of time there, and my standard of living is like, I don't need to spend any money. That's amazing. It's amazing. It's like, actually, see, last time when my transmission broke, I had to go into debt. I had to get a loan to repair it. Now, if I have to fix my transmission, I can just out of pocket. Yeah. So I've got enough like saved up on the side for like a new engine, new transmission, which should be like most of the major work, which could also be like the down payment on a new van. Let's say this one totally get in a super wreck, I'd be like, all right, well, I'm just going to take my valuables, lock the thing up, and then go to a major city and buy a new van, which I could do. So, but buying vans has got me disappointed. Like, I hate this, right? So it's like, hey, I want to get a cargo van, no passenger seat. Yeah, the passenger seat, just take it off the build. So I do that, and it doesn't decrease my price at all. And I'm like, what? How is no passenger seat at all? Yeah, leave the passenger seat totally unhooked up, so that's no airbag, no wiring, no anything. No passenger seat, right? How is that the same price as having a passenger seat? I don't want a girlfriend. See, I would want to be a different person to have a girlfriend. If I was hotter and in a better society, if I was hotter, had more money, and in a better society, I would totally want a girlfriend. But I'm just like, girls are about babies. This girl does not love me for me, right? She wants to have a kid for her to feel like fulfilled, and I don't fucking believe in myself, right? Don't think for a second I believe in you more, by the way. Yeah, if you go and you have kids and if I don't believe in myself, there's very few people out there with kids and family where I go like, that was a good decision. Usually I'm like, oh, you ugly ass idiot, how dare you? You think your kids want to be you? You fool, right? A lot of very, very self-interested actors. Everybody always thinks everyone's a narcissist, and I'm like, you fucking look like shit and you reproduced. And now you're going to talk about values. Just fuck you, I think people are garbage, honestly. Like, they really are. The real government are pedophiles. And so the people, anyone who's a Christian or anyone who celebrates holidays or goes to school, are all twisted. And so they are garbage. They've been morphed, like how your dogs are dumb. If it wasn't for you, your dogs would starve. If it wasn't for religion and the law, people would go crazy, right? And it's because that they're like a pet. They're like a pet. They've been morphed, you know. Yeah, people look weird like dogs. Dogs got like weird fucking problems. They look goofy, right? And people have that too. People are fucking got crazy looking. So, yeah. The day I hit up a Tesla protest, I threw all my money at a Tesla rally, and that day this car full of Africans drove into my neighbor's house. Really like the same exact time. When I was at the Tesla place, this car full of Africans went through my neighbor's front door, in their vehicle, like drove into his house. And holy crap, same time, I'm like, what is that about? It's not like they hit my house. Is Elon Musk an African plant? Is he here to put down the will of Africa? I really wonder that. So anyway, yeah, who is the real power structure? The King of England is circumcised. How is he in control of the world if they cut his willy when he was a kid? Yeah, men really hate men when it comes to this fly is checking out my propane burner. The fuck you doing, dude? You're not gonna have a good time doing that. Yeah. Nah, the woods are amazing. The woods are amazing. It's really peaceful. They buffer sound. They provide oxygen. Um, Really, it's some of my favorite times are out here. Um, yeah, like when your strategy is to wait till you die, having a long time to go is really like nerve wracking. But now that I'm halfway done, I'm 39. I'll be 41 by the time my car registration expires. Now I'm pretty relaxed. I'm pretty much like, it's already almost over. Um, And I do blame the creator a lot. I'm like, dude, you just make shit, bro. You don't make something for the beings that exist. Don't make it for you. Like, it's obviously just like torment. Being alive is torment. And it's like they had to invent hell to manipulate. Pedophiles invented hell to manipulate their slaves. But it is that life is the hell. Life is the hell. It's just fucking awful. So I think that's pretty objectively true too. But yeah. Yeah, I haven't had any desire to make jars or do anything like that. I've tried digging in this ground and it is tough. This ground is tough to dig in right now. So I'm really going to have to do like a jar the next time there's a big rain, which I hope is in a couple months, at least this month. I would love to get a big rain like sometime soon. Yeah, when I left here last year around when my drone broke, there was a huge rain, like absolutely incredible, massive puddles everywhere. And I drove out of there pretty good. I didn't have any troubles driving out of there. Wow. Yeah, it was wet though. It was wet though. And yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I got to change my oil soon. I was going to do it after my registration, so yeah, I'm going to get shipped in some nice oil in a nice filter. Those oil and filter they do at Jiffy Lube are all like fucked up. I go to Jiffy Lube because I don't want to crank up my car or deal with the oil afterward. Yeah, if I had like a nice garage and a nice lift, yeah, I would do it myself, but I don't feel like it would be great if I could crawl under my car as it was. If I could fit under my car without what do you call it? If I could fit under my car without jacking it up, I would do the oil myself, but it's the fact I have to jack it up. And then I'm like, do I want to jack it up on dirt? No. So, yeah. But it's nice. It's nice having the registration done. I might go to Texas. Because Texas is like a lot nicer fire season and pretty good for travelers. But I have at least until March, April, May, probably until May. May will probably be when it's like they start with like, all right, fire danger time. Yeah. Yeah, 8 inches the whole winter. That's not that good. It's not that good. But the ground is still wet. The ground's still wet. I just had a big fire with like the open flames blowing into a bush nearby. Didn't even get singed. Not even a dead branch in the fire caught fire, so it's like, yeah, right now everything's really, really, really wet. Yeah. But I love going back to my old poo spots and seeing no poo. Yeah, it's like no TP, no no obvious like bad dirt. It's just like pure forest mulch, and I'm just like, yeah, it's pretty clean and efficient. Makes me feel a lot better than pooing in a water and shipping it through a tunnel system to a big chemical facility. It's just like, just put it in the ground. Yeah, outhouses wouldn't be a problem. Dig a big ass, dig a big asshole, dig a big asshole. Just shit in that, you know. Yeah. Man, before the bugs all died, probably there was freaking tons of what do you call it? Probably tons of flies, but that's one of the nice things about the cold. The cold sucks, but there's no bugs. When it's warm, it's nice, but there's a ton of fucking insects. So, yeah. The human takeover of the world. If we figure out how to make our own oxygen, like electrolysis, use solar power to do electrolysis, we might be able to totally ditch the plantosphere. Like it would be an extinction level epoch. Yeah, millions of species would be purged from the earth. but it would be a lot more, be a lot nicer than watching swarms of bugs and rats and rodents, right? It's just like take total control. So, yeah. Mass electrolysis. How much electrolysis would we have to do to put enough? See, it's like they always like, oh, you need oxygen to breathe. You need the other ones too. You need nitrogen and stuff like that. You know, if you only breathed oxygen, would you be able to survive? Pure oxygen? I don't know. Maybe you only do need oxygen. Maybe the rest are all waste. So I don't really know. Anyway, I'm yapping. But yeah, that's the vlog for today. Pretty nice. I'm sitting in the sun and I'm not too hot. I've been sitting in the sun for a few hours. I'm way topped up on my batteries. I haven't played any Resident Evil since I unlocked the rocket launcher and infinite rocket ammo. So I was going to do an Insanity playthrough with the rocket. And I haven't done that yet. I'm downloading the full Batman series. I'm watching One Piece. I'm playing AFK Journey. Yeah, AFK Journey makes some weird decisions. Like, some of their stuff, it feels like you can't get enough of them. And then other things like the Omni Acorns. It's like I have thousands of Omni Acorns. I don't need any Omni Acorns. And it's like, why would I have an excess of like 4,000 Omni Acorns? And then I can't get fucking shards, you know? And it's like the pricing is cartoonish. It's so expensive. They want like $50 for one shard. And I'm like, oh my gosh, which is better than Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Star Rail was like $400 a shard. Way worse there. Way worse there. Unbelievably bad. So it's like free to play. And then if you want to pay to win, it's like excessively deep power hole. Like, yeah, you can put up some big, big money. And that's just like bait for rich kids. People who are like, yeah, I make $10,000 a day on interest. So, you know, I can easily spend that on a game. Yeah, money inequality. It's like, I think holographic money would fix a lot of your money issues. Because right now it's like the rich are slavers. I get a bunch of money for doing nothing, right? You have to get multiple jobs, and I don't really feel like paying you a lot, right? So my money seems more valuable. If you're willing to give away hours of your life for $8 an hour, then the person with millions is a king, right? And that's what they want. That's like, that's their thought process. So, yeah. Anyway. Yup. That's the story. Man, my rice is not boiled. It's on like the lowest setting. I haven't boiled the whole time I've been talking. It's in the sun though. You want to save fuel? Put your shit in the sun. Yeah. It's pretty good. What else do I want to talk about? Anything else I want to yap about? Well, I'm still extremely anti-trans. I was pro-trans when I was a kid and like a young man, but now I'm completely against it. I'm like, what a nightmare. You can't tell who's really a girl or boy, right? It's like I've met female to male. They're way into me. It's like a different type of love. It's like a really, really close, heartfelt love that these boys have for me. And it's like, oh, he was born a woman. Why'd you change that? If you looked like a girl, believe me, I'd like you a lot more. And the girls I know used to be men, and it's like, oh man, what a nightmare. If I wasn't circumcised and already like living a life of reclusiveness, it would bother me probably a lot more, because I mean, like, I'm off the market anyway. I'm not really like available or out there. I hate the government. I hate the government. The real government is behind God, right? The fake government is like America and the people you voted for. The real government is behind God. And that is about circumcision. So they're liars. They're manipulators by like nature, right? They take the stance that they're going to lie to me first and always. And it's only like through my own uncovery that I discovered it. But it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to uncover because they don't want you to. And they're not going to sit there ready to acknowledge when you've done it right. Yeah. My parents. I haven't seen my mom or dad in, over a decade. And it's pretty sad. Actually, I visited them both for a few minutes when I had the Nissan Xterra. So like probably 5 years ago, I saw my mom, and my mom gave me the clue. Like my mom went to give me a hug, and she went like this with her hand right over like my sacral. It was like she gave me a hug low, and she went like this right over like the top of my belly, like she was knifing me. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I was like, oh, circumcision. Yeah, she did. And she did have this, like, she was kind of like she was a hateful, embarrassing put downer. My mom did not ever give me the feeling that she wanted me to have relationships and kids and like a family ever. She was like really kind of like not cool with it. And she had her breasts reduced. She's just really kind of not a sexy person. Some people are sexy by personality. My mom is not sexy at all. My mom is actually like kind of like a trap, you know and yeah, I don't feel like talking to them. They suck. My dad is absolutely stingy. I don't know how rich my dad is, probably very. And he's never given me a fucking penny, never bought me braces, never supported me to, with Rusty, never supported me with like, never bought me a vehicle, and he gave me money once as a kid, and it was because he threw a baseball into my mouth and it caused a big bruised lip. And the only reason he gave me money, and it was like $10, was so I didn't tell people I hit him or he hit me. And that was really it. Like, yeah, he would buy toys sometimes, but it was like actually like cash to me. Never, ever, absolutely never. He was just a stingy ass dude. So, yeah. He would give to the Catholic Church. My dad would give nothing to his kids and then donate a ton of money to the Catholic Church. Like, absolute waste of a person. Absolute waste of a person. Like, both my parents are like uninspiring. I'm not very keen on like having kids or anything like that because um, I just don't see the point in me doing that. I don't really like myself enough. And so, yeah, I'm extremely vocally against people breeding because I think they suck. I do. I think they're actually not good people. And I think the society is a sham. The pay to win online, you pay for views on youtube.com, right? The reason I don't have a bunch of likes and comments and views is because I don't pay YouTube. It's literally all of why, you know and I'll get likes and comments, and my likes will actually be turned down at the end of the day. And I ask them, and they go, because those likes are unrealistic, right? That they basically do some calculation, and they're like, well, that's not realistically what you actually got, so we adjusted it. And I'm like, but if I pay you, I get hundreds and hundreds of likes for free all of a sudden, right? So it's really like I hate just how scammy and shitty your society is. It's a bunch of uber rich using everyone, and all the peasants are like twisted to like it. It really is just like sad. Yeah. Um, yeah. If I had an easy way to go, I would definitely take care of myself. You know what I mean? It's just nothing to live for. It sucks. Your society is a lot better than being a bug. You know, I can imagine living in human society is a lot more fun than being a drone in a beehive. I'll give you that. You know, being a human is probably a lot better than being a mouse. I'll give you that. But it's still like falls short of like good or what's possible in an intellectual abstract sense. It's not that good. The circumcision, the taxes, the funny laws, the pay to win. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. So I do support you making it better. I don't support giving it away to people. I think it's just not worth it. Having kids, I don't. These people reproduce because of religious duty. So the religions are made by the government. So these people have kids to fulfill a government mandate, right? They have kids to make the government feel satisfied the slave core is being replenished. But y'all don't have nice lives. Y'all ain't in control of yourselves. You're not in control of your life. It's really like not good. So, yeah. It's definitely, I'm not like happy about it either. I'm not like, yay, things are terrible. I'm pretty like distraught and upset. Um, so yeah. See, my worry is that if I thought you would naturally overcome the master race yourselves, I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say shit. But it's pretty clear to me you're not going to, that you're going to be like extremely broken dogs in the future, and that the little bit of resistance you had is going to disappear with the new chemicals and the new DNA editing, that you're going to be like really suffering. I suffered quite a bit. In the future, when you can't even feel good at all, yeah, you're going to be in a fucking endless nightmare. And so I do worry for you. But yeah, definitely. Isn't that funny? The winners who go after cash and breeding, oh, I'm religious, Jordan Peterson, Robert Greene, you know, these people, they make themselves out to be successful, but they're really extreme losers. They didn't realize what was happening and they believed the poison. And so, yeah, they were given some like uplift because they did what the government wanted, but they're not actually, and I'm not talking about the government like America. I'm talking about the real government, you know, what they call the pedo cave. These people run harems, they breed their own girls. You know, that's who the real government is. They don't pay any taxes. Yes, they have infinite money whenever they want, you know, and yeah, it's quite sad. It's quite sad you do everything they want, for sure. So isn't it funny how like the USA took out Nazi Germany and then all the undertones were like extreme religious adherence? So the strict overtones was the victory of Jesus and God, you know, and that's just about the government. So you really, it's like the slave war, making the slaves kill each other for fun. And then it doesn't matter who wins, the puppet masters are the same. So, and most people don't see it that way. Most people edit out the government's presence like evolutionary, right? You can tell them about the government and they're going to act like it didn't get in, you know. So, yeah, it's pretty sad. It's very sad. Um, yeah. That's why I live like as a hermit. I don't care about this fucking bullshit. I would have loved to have been born in a nice body with like a good potential for a love life, but nope. As a circumcision victim and the slaves of ultra fuckers, you know, no, I can't do that. Well, who wants to be my kid? It really comes down to this question, like, who really wants to be my kid? If I had a kid, they'd be a victim. You know, I see all the time these like fat, ugly, stupid looking parents, and their kids like freak out and their kids are like mourning their own lives? Yeah, because you had total fucking losers make you. You had people whose only claim to anything was they were too dumb to know what was happening. And it's really like fucking sad. But you know, if God would let the cows be slaughtered for food, then God would definitely let most of the humans be a slave. No problem. So yeah, they're just dumb. I don't have any. I mean, the reason these religious people rise to fame is because they are religious. So, and it's not because they have the favor of the Christ. It's because the government, some unseen hand, has the ability to tell you it's okay. Yeah, nanoscale spy devices. Just as you can have a macro object to see small, you can have a micro object to see macro. Yeah, you could have nanoscale spy devices. They did that with microdots. They would definitely be able to do it with other stuff. Yeah, they fit a whole book on something that looked like a speck. And if you had the right optics, you could read it. So it is pretty sad. I smell it. I smell it. It's cooking a little. It's not even steaming yet. My thing's been on the boil. My thing's been on the boil for 50 minutes and it's not even steaming yet. Well, at least I'm moving in the shade. I waited out the whole sunny period. Now the shade's coming back. Yeah, I'm gonna go. That's been the vlog. How's my life going? All things considered, pretty good. I like the simplicity of living, allowing me to save some money so I don't have to go into debt to repair my car. I like being able to be on the internet. I like being able to control my like solar. You know what I mean? Like I can run my electronics off a solar panel. That's super cool. It's super cool. I don't need an outlet. You know, I can charge like my Switch or whatever. Um, that's super cool. That's super cool. Um, yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about upgrading to the Galaxy S25 now that the 6 has come out. Yeah, try to get a Galaxy S25. And then, yeah, immediately the Samsung CEO got replaced allegedly. And so the immediately the new Galaxy with the new leader is all about the privacy screen. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what a corporate shark would want, right? This like corporate shark. See, some people are like original creators, developers. They're actually geniuses themselves. And then some people are like sharks. They got into the top of things because they're a shark. And so when they take over, they have totally different values and they always ruin the product. Like these corporate sharks are always shocked when they can't just be a fucking narcissist about it. You know, it's like people who have genuine thoughts make a better product, and then like shitty people make terrible products like, oh, you know, we gave you a better privacy screen. The first ever privacy screen. That's what they're calling it. The first ever privacy screen. I'm like, those have existed forever. You've always had privacy screens. The S26. Yeah, the S26 looks like shit. I'm going to get the S25. Yeah. I've got a Doge phone. It's okay. It struggles on max graphics, but it's pretty okay. For a $200 phone, get Doge. Doge is the one you want. Or Doogie. I'm not sure how to say it. Doogee. Doge. It's a pretty good phone. But yeah. Still got to set this up. I don't need to. It's fucking 5 bars still. So, anyway, yeah, that's the Yap. Um, just living my life, waiting to die. You know, if I don't live again, I think that's my ultimate poetry would be to leave behind no heirs and no children. Just like that's what I really felt about it. It was like, fuck this place. Yeah. And that's like the expression I want to have. I don't believe in faith. I think faith will get you stuck in a trap where the people you're being faithful to are lies sent to manipulate you. And so if you're faithful, you're going to pay. Yeah, of course they've done blood magic. So of course it's like, oh, I believed in Jesus and then all these things I wanted happened. And I'm like, you haven't done blood magic on your own. That's all that is the power from blood magicians to take over the world. So yeah, if the animals could eat each other forever, if there's all these vicious parasites in nature, then of course there would be like only darkness runs the world. So yeah, it's sad. This is not a nice context of existence. Maybe if you were a shark, wow, I really wish I could enslave everybody. That would be a lot of fun. You know, maybe if you're a shark, it would appeal to you. Maybe your soul would find it captivating. But if you're at all a nice person, no, isn't good enough. This isn't good enough. Yeah, isn't it weird? Don't give up. You're good enough. Both of those are manipulation, right? They're telling you to work harder and complete the family cycle, and then they're telling you to believe in yourself when you're a slave. You're the modest, humble, ugly, shitty one, right? So, yeah, way bad, way bad. I hate being circumcised. I hate it. It's the worst feeling. Hey, you want to have the kid of a total loser? I wouldn't. So I've kept that shit to myself. What bothers me are the people who don't think they're losers, right? They're like ugly, circumcised. I'm going to bow at church, then go have my family. I love my family. Oh, I love them so much. You're a simp. You're a fucking cuck. You don't even understand what's happening. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, I hate One Piece. One Piece is all about manifesting your dreams, but I have a dream. Yeah, dreams are dreams. Everyone who ever dreamed has died. Why dream at all? Stop dreaming. I love it that the One Piece creator even said he made it to waste people's time. He's like, don't take One Piece seriously. It's not. It's just literally, yeah, it's a MacGuffin. Oh, we got to find the One Piece. And all these people are like stuck. Like, what is the One Piece? It's that's what it is. You know, go get the ball, idiot. You know, there's over like 1,000 chapters in One Piece, and there's over 1,000 characters. Dude can't write a new chapter without totally inventing a new character. It's like, can't you stick with what you've already done? But he's just making it up as he goes. Here's more bullshit, and then more bullshit, and more bullshit. And people eat it up. People get stuck like, oh, this is way better than anything else I have. So yeah, it's pretty disappointing. If you already have kids, don't abandon them. You owe them, you know. But if you don't have kids, take my warning. Take my warning and quit. You you won't necessarily have a happier life because of me, but you'll have a better future because of me. If you listen to the faith and trust people, you'll have a better life immediately. But long term, your bloodline is going to be cursed, already is cursed, and you're going to find more. Look in the mirror and really see that you're a fucking loser. Don't look in the mirror and be like, oh, I'm a winner. Everybody likes me. No, they don't. You're not that cool. Like, what's his name? Robert Pattinson. Not Robert Pattinson, that's the wrong name. Yeah, I love those Hollywood people when they're like, I don't really like myself, I don't want to have kids. I'm like, what a smart guy. What a smart guy. Dude has a high IQ. It's like, it does. It takes a really high IQ to face problems directly without getting afraid. And people who can do that will see a lot of problems. And the problems are real. They're not like shadows. They're legit. So it's like, what do you do? Anyway, I've vlogged long enough today. It's been a few days since I talked, and yeah. With the art, I really felt like I said and did a lot I wanted to say and do, and I've got some amazing shows out there. I really do. But I don't really feel like I have a lot more to say. If I ever do it now, it's because I want to. But like for the first few years, it was like, gush. It was like, I just have to do this. And I've left enough like nest eggs where it's like, I think it'll exist forever. Yeah. So it's really weird. People want to distrust the government and then they want to trust God and religion. And I'm like, you can almost guarantee, right, that humans are fooling you. If they're telling you anything, it's probably a lie somehow. It just is. And that's an absolute guarantee. So I try to be different because I'm annoyed. I do. I try to be different because I feel like it's not good enough and it is a problem. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna tend to this real quick. Yeah, I think the canister put itself out or it was running low. So I've got the replacement canister and now I'm bleeding the last of it. So I can throw it away. Yeah, you're supposed to recycle. Bring it to a professional recycling facility, but I write empty on it and guarantee it's empty. And then I throw it away in regular trash. You can't refill them. So, yeah. Yeah, that canister went for a while. But yeah, my pot's totally cold. I was yapping for an hour and it wasn't cooking at all. So, oh well. It's not really a bad thing. It's just like, I'll just have later lunch. But yeah, I usually have one pot a day. Sometimes I have two. Never three. Not once have I had three a day. To just have a snack. Solar's set up and running. Yeah, solar's going. Yeah, I've got to go find a bunch of logs and make a big pile so I can have a pyre tonight. Burn all my shit. Sorry. You know, they used to have like a trash can for me to use, and they just like, I don't know, got rid of it. So they used to at the end of the forest have like a big dumpster, but then they got rid of it. So I don't know why they did, but they did. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't mind burning it. Most of the trash on Earth gets burned. I breathe it first. I don't think it's so bad. It's like petroleum is just like condensed life matter. All the eons of plant and life became just a black sludge, which is pretty scary. Yeah, it is like oil. Oil is just like this black sludge from time immemorial. So eons ago, you know, there was a whole other strata of life and activity, and all that shit became goo, right? Through natural process, it's just like suppressed gunk, right? And then we burn that for fuel because it's extremely rich petrocarbons and all that stuff. So that's what plastic is. You know, when I burn wood, it smells stronger than plastics do. So, yeah. Is it great for the environment? Hope so. You know, I am one person. I do make a smallish amount of trash. I'll make a small trash bag a week about, and I throw my cans away at like a gas station. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's what I do. Yeah, trash man. I would rather have like um either refillable bags, like you get some big sturdy bag and you just like refill it. Like no buying boxes of pasta. You get like go to the pasta dispenser and fill it up and weigh it. That'd be kind of cool. I'd be down with that. Or like a little bit of a looser plastic that's more biodegradable. Yeah, it's not as like because that like the difference between like a corn plastic and a normal plastic burning. A corn plastic smells like corn, right? Normal plastic is like really chemically, really chemically. So yeah. Oh well. Your problems with like the government are only some of your problems. The other problems are like chemicals and trash. Is that future is looking dark. You're gonna have a bloodline and a family line when the world's being poisoned. Wish it wasn't so. Expedient and quick. That's what they did. They said, hey, oil profits, let's make everything out of oil. All right, well now there's this eternal trash everywhere. I may have to change the burner. Yeah, my propane tank was empty, so I replaced it. Didn't cook at all. Yeah, I was like, why isn't this steaming? It's been an hour. It's empty. Oh well, better to let it get completely empty than wait or like throw away it half empty or quit it early. Yeah, just let it go all the way out. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good meal. I'm definitely digging it that I've never seen anyone on this trail all weekend. Not one person. So I'm like, good times. Good times. Yeah. Man, I wish the USA had like a nice homestead. I wish it was easy to like, hey, I want to buy some land. All they got is crap land from private sellers, people who are like cutting it up and selling tiny lots, and all the lots are like really bad to build on. It's just like that's awful. Yeah, I would love some like any land. I would take a small plot that had like good rich forests, just a couple acres over like a super huge plot of like garbage. Because I guess the super huge plot, the nice thing is that you're far enough from your boundary that no one can hear you or really see what you're doing. So the downside is that they have like really tight restrictions on like what you can do there. So yeah. But then again, out east, they've got really cheap houses with land. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, people are definitely swept up with that new thing. Like, you know how like Labubu was a thing? And it's like, I've got a Labubu. Everyone's talking about Labubu. And then I finally saw what it was, and I was like, this is bullshit. And like the next week, it was dead. It was just like crashed. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. Remember when trolls were a thing? Everyone thought the collectible trolls would be there forever. Beanie Babies. The Beanie Baby price guide. Beanie Baby sold a price guide on what their Beanie Babies would be worth one day. And it's like, I'm amazed they never got sued. Yeah. Oh, I bought the Star Wars games for Chef and myself so he can play them. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I found out he has over 3,000 hours in Elden Ring, which is pretty funny. That's awesome. I haven't played it once. Yeah, if I was looking at PCs to buy like a new laptop, and the problem is that my power generation just isn't good enough. I would have to totally upgrade my battery and solar system to provide for it. So, um, maybe later if I deal with a lot of this internal stuff. But really, the problem is I just don't have room for a big battery. I really don't. So, maybe if I figure out better storage options, it'd be pretty good. But yeah. Yeah, this area is great because it's sparsely populated and it has big hookups like a Walmart and a Whole Foods. So this area is really good for like having it together, but it's not really good for like fire. That's probably the worst thing about this area is snow and fire, is that it's like snowy in the winter, which is dangerous. And then they've got fire danger in the summer. So it's like, this is not my perfect home. It's okay. I haven't found my perfect home yet. My perfect home would be exactly that. Low fire danger, high forest availability, lots of trails, easy to disappear, easy to get in and out, easy to be alone, easy in and out and easy alone with internet. And then the town supply has like everything I need. That's ideal. That's ideal. And this place is like 70% ideal. The the snow is kind of bad, and the fire danger is also kind of bad. There's been summers without an extreme fire danger where they get like a storm every week, but not every summer. Some summers they go like last summer they went like 3 months without a fucking drop of rain. That was bad. That was bad. I had to leave. I was like, I can't be here. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to come right back to this spot after tomorrow. I'm going to leave, go get pizza, go get a shower, pick up everything I need, come right back. Yeah, it'd be great to find a spot that was like trees for shade in the summer, not a lot of snow. Good town support and a lot of like trails, really easy to disappear. People ruin it. Like up here, it's really clean. They don't leave any trash. But other places, you go up a trail, it's like, oh, somebody dumped. Somebody showed up with a car full of trash and just left it all on the ground. And I'm like, how dare you, you fucking fuckers? How dare you? If I have a piece of trash blow away, I go after it and pick it up and make sure it's disposed of. I don't just like leave it. Yeah, I'm super happy that I go to my old poo holes and all the poo is gone. The rain and the mycelium ate it. Perfect. Perfect. I don't need more than that. You know. Yeah, it's a bummer that like if I wanted to get a home, there's pretty much nowhere I could homestead where like I buy some land. Hey, can I dig my own outhouse? What if I just want to use an outhouse? Outhouses are actually illegal. You can't do that. You have to pay a licensed septic contractor, and that costs $35,000 for them to put a tank in, and then you have to have the service come and empty the tank. And I'm like, I hate you. I hate you. I do. I hate the way you fucking do it. I think you're dumb. Really? The forest will eat my fucking shit and turn it into just rich soil. I can't poo in a hole? Of course, here I can, but I can't, like, it's not my land. You know, it's public land. So, yeah, I'd love to have my own land and a mailing address to my home. Oh, that'd be amazing. That would be amazing. That's what I would do. I would get a little mini fridge for the delivery driver. Be like, come grab one. You want a Prime? Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd get a mini fridge for the delivery driver wherever they have to bring the package. No dogs, no threat. There'd be like a mini fridge with like snacks. You want a Prime? If you have to piss, you could pee on that. It's the in and out. Yeah, eating's fine, but you're going to have to take a shit. So, yeah. Anyway, this is the nice time of year. The snow just melted. It's still too early for the critters to come out of hibernation. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff buried up here. I don't need to bury anything else up here. This spot in particular is full. But it'd be nice to go further in again and find somewhere else to bury. Pine trees are kind of difficult to get like shade all day. You want shade all day in a pine forest? That's a little tough. It is. It's not super easy, especially if it's been deforested. Like they cut down every other tree. You're gonna have to chase. You're gonna have to chase the shade. So, yeah, I feel real good. My registration's done for 2 years. Ah, I don't need to do my registration next year. Oh, I'm so happy. That's like makes me so glad. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. My gosh. Hey, you want to come ask me permission to drive your car every year or else? No. Whose idea was that? Hey, you want to ask permission to drive your car every year or else? Who the fuck? Are you sure I have freedoms or you just tell me that? Well, you're lying to me, you know. But this is a lot better. Oh yeah, I can actually just like not register my vehicle for a whole year. That's nice. That's nice. I'll be 41 when I have to register my car again. Great. Great. Yeah, me getting to 40. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited. I think that I'd be a good old man. I missed love, but I also missed, you know, all the skin on my genitals. So maybe it's like, oh well. Yeah, fucking genital trimming. I think clothes have made you ugly. It's like people can't see your genitals. If you have like a dramatic genital issue going on, nobody knows. So it's like freaking awful. Yeah, if you suck to fuck and no one likes you, don't have kids. If you suck to fuck and no one likes you, that's your L. That's your loss. You have to deal with that. The wrong thing to do is to go, well, I'm going to go do it anyway. I'm going to force my life on new people and I'm going to act like they're cool until they know I'm a loser and then I'll never talk to them again. That shit is just awful. This is awful. So, yeah. There's tons of respect for I didn't have kids because I'm kind of ugly. I didn't think anyone wanted to be me. Trust me, I've got respect for you. I've got respect for you. I know that's not easy, and it's honestly a better decision than having kids. At least you were intelligent, you know. But if you're the slaves of the government, and every single generation you're like, well, let's make more slaves for the government. Government needs more workers. I want a whole house full of little future workers. You know, you're really their enemy. You really are enemy. I know you do everything, and I'm totally for restructuring society so that there's a lot less use. But it's not worth it. Make the rich kick their kids out of the house to go get jobs. You know, make the rich volunteer their children for being a soldier. Mr. Bone Spur Donald Trump avoided military service because he had bone spurs, and then he goes and starts wars. Like, what a fucking... He starts wars because he was a pedophile. Donald Trump can't admit he used Jeffrey Epstein to have sex with little girls, and so he starts wars to show his love of Israel. Wow. Anyone who's loyal to Israel is either a total crook or an idiot. It's sad the creator lets this happen. It is really sad the creator lets lies about themselves become popular, but they do. The creator absolutely lets lies about themselves become popular. I say the creator because I believe in it. I've seen the synchronicities. I've seen the miracles. I know the creator has a conscious presence in reality and it responds. But I also know the animals all eat each other. You know, humans have done slavery and wars. I don't think the creator's like, yay. I think the creator's like non-interference, you know. It's like teaching tough lessons with lives. And it's just kind of like, what's it for? What's it really for? Not for us. I can say certainly life is not about me because of the things that have happened to me and because of the disappointments I've had to endure. Life is not about me, right? Nobody out there thinks me having a good time is very important. You know what I mean? And so I feel like the natural response to that should be also not caring. Is like, well, you can't give a shit about me. I can't give a shit about you, man. You can't even protect some baby genitals? Man, I don't think you have the right to call yourself God. I think you should just be the piece of shit, the traitor, the worthless one, the evil one. You know, that's God. God, the creator, is the evil one, right? He's not anything good. The people praising him, hoping to get some stuff, turn into pedophiles and slavers. They're nobody good, you know? So it is like just kind of crazy and sad. It's sad and disappointing. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this has been great. This has been great. Cooking my rice. Gonna make it big and fluffy. Gonna eat it with butter. Gonna gather a bunch of wood to have a good fire. Good burning fire. Incinerate everything. And come back tomorrow. Go into town, do my stuff, come back tomorrow. Is it the life I wanted? No. Is it pretty good? Yeah. There's been a lot of people who had way worse lives than I had. I've been lucky about diseases. I've been lucky about, you know, like, there's people who starved, you know. So I've had it pretty good. But it's definitely nothing I want. Right? It's nothing. It's like if I were picking in the universe, like, who do I want to be? I'd be like, not this person. I do not want to deal with any of that. So yeah, it's just there's two choices with looking at a life with problems. Either the creator is the enemy or the creator is incompetent, right? The creator doesn't care about life and death. It's like, oh, they had to fight to survive and most of them died. Oh, well, or the creator did it on purpose, right? I want to see you suffer. I want to see you struggle. I want to see you hate it, right? I want that splinter to go under your skin and feel bad, right? And that's the other side of the creator, is that they're a monster, that they actually they enjoy the pain and the peril. Oh yeah, all you species, look at this whole big forest, all these squirrels, I'm gonna burn it down. Yeah, I know I made it, I overlook it, it's my problem, but I'm gonna burn the whole fucking thing down. Yeah, all those lives are all gonna be burned alive, nowhere to run. None of them will be able to run far enough to escape this blaze, you know? Um, and for that to be like the way of it, pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. It's not very inspiring. It doesn't inspire feelings of love or loyalty in me. It inspires feelings of just kind of like disdain, resentment, um, and like the spiritual prophets who try to like preach about faith, preach about loving it. Aren't they just making slaves for pedophiles? Like, if you trust Jesus Christ, if you trust God and the Jews, or even the Muslims, you're going to be a PDF who does crimes to kids. How is that any good? And the other side is, did the creator actually tell you to talk to us? That's the basic, like, religious conundrum, is the creator didn't tell them what to do. Is that they all profess they're like relaying a message for God, and it's really a lie. They're just telling us what they want, and they're pretending to talk for God to manipulate. And so anyone who has faith in God is an idiot. There's actually a great line in the Bhagavad Gita, is that God makes fools of all men, and which is really true. God does make fools of all men. God doesn't have a nice future for anyone, and everyone's going to suffer with that nonsense. So, yeah. My response to that is live simply, support new innovations. I totally support investigating new battery technologies. I totally support investigating. I love solar. I love anything that makes it better. I'm not really a technocrat, but I am sort of this idea that what is built and lasts persistently is what is. So if you build something better, you get something better. That's kind of what I'm in favor of. It's not nature is divine. It's we can make anything out of it, kind of. So yeah, I used to, when I was first in these woods, I would look at them with the mystery of trying to see God. And now I don't at all. Now I see it's just like, it's a competitive plant species. These trees make clones of themselves, and they all compete for light and prosperity. So the competitive strains can win, and then the species gets stronger. It's like dealing with every creature is a Klingon, right? Every creature is a genetic maximalist. Is that it needs the fight for success and the culling. The weak have to lose and die, and the strong have to win, and that's the entertainment, right? But me as a moralist, I judge it as like, is that even a good system? Are any of the beings you made actually prospering, or is it just infinite hell? Because it says that you have to be a heartless dominator to win, right? And all you get by winning is now everybody is a heartless dominator, and it really like purges the soft and the kind. It does. It takes the soft and the kind and makes them irrelevant. So, yeah, it's kind of a problem. It's why I don't believe in the goodness of God. I'm like, the monster, yeah, the unfeeling, unsympathetic monster, sure. The rice has expanded, but it does look like I have a couple minutes still for the water to subside. Yeah. Smells good. I never clean my pot. I just use the same pot over and over and let the boil from the next day. Totally good, totally good. You don't need to do dishes if you have one pot. Yeah, if you have one cooking apparatus, then the next time you cook on it, the last time's cook will be there as flavor. So I don't do any like saucepan stuff. No eggs. Yeah, maybe if it was colder, I would get eggs. No, I stopped getting eggs because of how chicks are treated. They use a grinder to take their beaks off so they can't kill each other, and then they take the males and make them into mulch. Yeah, all of the boy chicks get put on a conveyor, and they get dropped into a grinder, and they just get instantly ground up alive. Yeah, that's the egg industry. So yeah, it's super exploitative. And that's one of the reasons I hit the brakes on the human population. I'm like, you have to spread suffering to survive. And the problem is bodies, body needs. I need space, I need food, I make shit. And those issues, I was like, that's unsustainable. I don't have the heart to KMS. But, and I do think people who successfully KMS are probably braver and more heartfelt than I am. They have bigger heart, I feel like. And that the fact that I'm still going on playing games and, you know, eating candy bars at night, I think of myself as kind of pathetic and kind of weak and not really like, not really genuine. Yeah. The genuine ones, like, it really is like those kids who decide to end it all. I think they have a lot of heart. I do. I think they have a lot of heart. I think they have a lot of strength to, incredibly strong to disregard your own survival instincts. And I think it's honest. I think it takes life's gift and go, this wasn't a gift, which is what I agree with. I think it's like, the creator really does suck. They need to take care of what they made. And the alternative to no creator is I die and I really die, which is honestly pretty horrible. It is pretty horrible. It's like, talk about the horror of horrors. No scary movie has ever come close to the actual horrors of reality. You know, a lot of fantasies are better than our world. Almost no horror is actually worse than our world. Is that our world is that you exist and you die. I see and think and feel, and I was made, and one day I will just rot, and all of that will come to an end. And that is a lot more horrible than like, the fantasy is nice. Oh, there's magic, we can fly, everyone likes each other. The fantasy easily gets better than real life, but horror very rarely gets worse than real life, because the real horrors, parasites, disease, old age, loneliness, toil, those are permanent. Yeah, there's a spooky monster that eats people. That's only slightly different. It's not very, very different. It's just like a little different. Yeah, I got a lot of pine needles out here. I can actually eat those. All right, rice is probably going to be done in a couple minutes. But yeah, that's the vlog for today. Um, in the limits of my life, I have a lot to be thankful for. In the grand scheme of what could be, I'm tired of this trash. I'm just tired of this fucking trash. To all the hardworking people who show up every day and nobody's really grateful for you. toil so that other people can have. I appreciate you, and I hope better comes your way. I really do. To the people who own mansions for doing nothing besides being a rich guy, fuck you. I hope there's a reckoning. I do. I hope the rich in this country get eaten alive because of just the scams and the inequality, the PDF stuff, the money at debt and tax stuff, the fact that they have, how do you have multiple mansions and you've never done the work of building one house, right? This whole thing, well, I do that because I'm a rich person. My identity as a rich person means I just get that all and you have to do it all. I hate that. Die. That is pretty much my target for the next culling. I have one house and I worked to earn it. I'm not talking about you. You're not my enemy. I don't hate you at all, Did I not pause it? Did I just get up and did you have like my empty vehicle? I thought I pressed resume and it didn't resume. Did I only think I pressed pause and I didn't? Cubes. I guess 1 cube per meal. Which is quite a bit. It's quite a goodly amount of butter. I'll have to get more butter tomorrow. This will be flavorful. That's a lot of butter, actually. So, yeah, the rich and the poor, man. It's like, you worked, you have one house, right? You have a couple cars. I think you're absolutely like responsible wealthy. You're not denying yourself the stuff of life, but you're also not going crazy with it. I actually really love and respect that. But like other people where it's like, yeah, I have multiple mansions, I've got a house in each city, you really have to think that person is insane. They're insane. They are neurotic liars. They're greedy, really kind of disreputable and bad individuals are like that. You worked and you live in your one house. I've got all the respect for you. Got all the, and even worse, it's like you live in an apartment. I feel bad for you. You rent and you don't own. You're a victim to me. Yeah, you rent and you don't own. Yeah, you're like, you have it bad, So I hope what I do in my life will make it better for you. I really do. No one deserves to work and not have anything. And no one deserves to have mansions for doing nothing. Like those people who have mansions for doing nothing, they ride on God. They think they are owed it because they're the chosen ones. And they're really the chosen ones because they bring circumcision to kids. They look the other way for the PDFs. So, yeah. No, the number one issue is pedophiles. Like, all right, so if you would wire up a baby cow for veal, what else would you do? Right? If you would circumcise a baby boys, and if Judaism and Islam both support PDF, child marriages and stuff like that, then who's writing those religions? How did that become the ordinary high ethos of the age, right? All those like PDF cults have like the responsible outside where it sounds like a great teaching and all these beautiful words and nice music and nice temples. But inside it's like really gross and shameful and a total hoax. And so that's like, how did it become verbalized in the religions that child marriages, circumcision, and worse are okay? How did that become normalized unless that's who the ruling class is? They believe that because they do that. right? The sort of shark who would expect everyone to pay them rent to live is the exact sort of criminal mind that would use kids in horrible ways, right? So, yeah, that's really something I question is like, how did those awful people become so powerful? I don't believe for a second that God, the creator, is going to get justice, because if he believed in that, the animals wouldn't eat each other, you know? It wouldn't have happened in the first place. If God was good, the first person that tried some PDF shit would get struck by lightning. It'd be like, don't harm a kid or you're going to fucking melt in your skin. Everybody who hurts a child catches on fire immediately. That would be God is good. Or maybe even kids can't be hurt. Impossible to hurt something. Instead, it's like he lets the problems go on. And so it's like they're always like, if God is good, why does the earth have problems? Really, it's if God can talk, why are you talking for him? That was good. I needed that. I was hungry. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Rice with spice. Good butter. Lots of veg. Mm. Mm. We got a plane flying overhead. They gotta check out the woods for fire. Make sure nothing's ablaze. That's right overhead. I got grandpa's PTSD in me. Ah. Yeah, I love this cube stuff. Butter by Cube. That cube is like the perfect amount of butter. Whole thing is richly like buttery without being too much. Made it a little spicier. Yeah, the propane, the rice, the veg, the butter, all that together is like a meal that costs like $3 or $4 tops for a lot of food. It's a lot of food. Yeah, I'll eat the whole thing. Dig a big hole, make a mountain of poo. Fun times. Yeah. I think I'm going to leave all my stuff out and just go to town with it out. Come back. Use more salt. This is my mixed seasoning. It's got nutritional yeast. This is like great butter stuff. Bagel seasoning, like variety bagel stuff. Pretty good. I need to get a sweet spice. That's really going to be my flavor enhancer, is getting something that's a little sweet. Maybe dropping in some honey when I boil it. We'll try that. See what that does. I've got this honey, but it dried. It dried up. Ooh, it let a gas out. Ooh, it smells amazing. Oh, that is hard. Wow. It's a little bit like brown sugar, but it's very much like gelatinous brown sugar. Yeah, I think it just dehydrated away. Yeah, mixing around this honey cube in there. Yeah, if it's too salty already, you can bring that out by adding sweet. And if it's too sweet, you can bring that out by adding salt. It's like a nice trick. That was a good idea. That was a good idea. Wow. Ooh, that brought out the other spices really good. Wow. Anyway, yeah, that's a nice long vlog. I'm waiting for my data limit on my hotspot to reset. I'm super glad I got my registration done for 2 years. That was the best news ever. Register it for 2 years? Yes, I wish it was 5 years, but yeah, please. Yeah, the Samsung Galaxy CEO died, and the new Galaxy looks like garbage. Some corporate shark thinks a privacy screen is the coolest thing ever. Advertising privacy screens like they're new? Okay, buddy. you done got dumb. As I guarantee the Samsung Galaxy S25 will probably be the best one they ever make. This next one, like, these guys are sharks. People who become CEOs, they're really like, you weren't there at the invention. You didn't help it get successful. You kind of just like took over it when the money people owned it. It's like, okay, that's when it went to crap. Yeah. I would love to be rich meritoriously. You know what I mean? Like, my art sells. That would be amazing. Some other reason, right? I would love that, but like, unmeritoriously, no thanks. I'd rather not. I'd rather keep living in my car, having no views, right? I would rather get views because people liked my content. It's really clear YouTube wants you to pay them, right? It's like, you go to, you're shown youtube.com and you pay on youtube.com for your whole account. And that's how you get famous. That's how Asmongold got all his views. That's how Moist Critical got all his views. It was a scam. Views and likes are just a number in a web form. Doesn't mean they're honest. As far as I know, there's no Social Media Integrity Act. There's just acts increasing privacy. Yeah. The government's so evil. They are. They're a bunch of slavers. They said, hey, we can have everyone as a laborer and we can have sex with any girl we want. We just have to lie to them a little bit. And they did it. They said that's fair. The king is fine with owning multiple palaces, earning hundreds of millions a year just for being a king. Obviously, like, inequality is built into human society. They like it, right? Some animal societies will look out for each other. Humans, the rich are a different species. They're a different species. I'm full. Halfway done and I'm full. Yeah, I'll snack on that later. That was good. Anyway, yeah. This is my life. After this, I'm going to get online and look at videos or watch more One Piece and do that till I go to bed. Yeah. I wish I could have, like, I wish I had a nice body, really. That's really it. I wish I had a nice body. Don't like being the modest, humble ones. Don't like getting poisoned. Don't like getting cut. Don't like paying taxes. Have you heard of, what is it called? Fractional reserve lending. The bank can lend money to a person that the bank doesn't have, and the person is responsible legally for paying it back. The fuck? So you make up money out of nowhere, and then the people who don't have any money are responsible for providing it? Like, what the fuck? What sort of cretin, what sort of creature is designing that system? It's just some fucking idiot. And so every single penny of the loan the government gets back or the bank gets back is profit, right? The bank can profit for lending. The bank lost no money to give it out, and the person who pays interest on the loan is giving the bank just free money, right? And everyone was like, that's a good system. Let's make that our way, right? And so it really is like Larry Silverstein, people like this. You have to shield yourself against these sharks. There are people who are human sharks. They want slaves, they want power, and they're going to give you a rotten deal. Oh, God said. Yeah, God said. You have to make yourself their enemies. You can't let them win. You can't let them win, you know. One of the rules is that you don't have to obey awful systems, is that they can write the rules and be like, well, the rules say these are the rules. And it only has power if you obey it. If you don't obey it, then that rule loses strength. So the government prints the money, but the government makes you think that the money for the states comes from taxes. So the states have all these fees, right, to pay for everything, when the government just makes the money. It's the most ridiculous system. It really is. Yeah, printing money willy-nilly breaks the economy too. But there can be a balance between like a leak in and an out vent. Anyway, yep. That was good food. That was the first meal I've had today. It's the afternoon. That's the first meal I had today. That'll be the last meal I have today. It's pretty good stuff. Ooh, do I have sour cream? I have a little dollop of sour cream. Let's see if it didn't go bad. Tiniest amount of sour cream. That'd be the nice, like, snack at the end. Yep, only thing I gotta do today is gather some wood, pump up my tires. Got one tire that's been leaking air, but consistently, like, all year. So, we'll see. I love my car because it doesn't leak any oil, which is super nice. There's never any dripping except for, like, the AC. That's a good thing. Like that. It's super cheap to fill up the gas tank. Like, I can fill up my tank right now for like $30, like, from empty. It's just super cool. And then if I can just, like, sit still for a week at a time. Yup. That's awesome. I'm a big fan of that. The only thing I'd do different is I'd get a bigger one. Yeah, I'd get a bigger one. Get one with a lift. Yeah, I can't wait till this year is up. Once I get to September, then I'll know I'm in the clear legally, because they got a two-year limit. The law is so shitty. Like, the law defends people who circumcise. The law also is, like, really shark-like on money lending. And it's really, like, pretty crappy. It's actually a myth that you have to obey words or else. They said you have to obey these words or you get punished. And that's what God said, right? And that's the beginning of a whole slave hoax, a trick, right? In my world, you should be able to sue for them having churches on every corner. It's not about freedom of expression. It's about a government scam and propaganda being everywhere. Yeah, I really hate the government. They're just like, they are overt pedophiles. They're overt liars. They use scams and tricks like they should, right? Like they have the right to. And it's an endless problem. So, yeah, they have me as their enemy. Do I have the life I want? Hell no. Do I have a lot of motivation to fucking fuck shit up about it? Yes. I definitely feel the calling to be a nuisance to the PDFs. To not let them breathe easy ever. Always make them afraid a revolution is coming. And then actually do it. So it's not about power. It's about they literally R-word kids. And that's a fact. You know, they lie to enslave. That's a fact. You know, they do things horrible on purpose to be mean. So it's like when you're pretending to be God to cut baby boys, when you're printing money at people's debt and taxing it, that's a war. You started the war, right? You started the fight when you said, I'm just going to cut those baby willies. I want to have the biggest one, so we're going to take out all the boys by pretending to be the creator. All right. You did something that's unconscionable. It's not like, follow the speed limit because it's safe. It's like, I get it all, you do it all, right? It was just like a total freaking, it's horrible. So, and the problem are the cowards who keep it going. Really, the thing is kept going by cowards. Is that real cowards see the system and they go, well, we can't question the rich. I should work an extra job to be able to afford to pay rent. You know, those are cowards. I have true respect for people who see the system as corrupt and go out like a fucking firework. True respect for you. Yeah. You gave the right answer. It's like the Killdozer guy when the city council changed the rules and then fined the guy into bankruptcy. He made a Killdozer and ran over the mayor's house. That exactly. That's exactly what you should do. That's a hero. You know, he would have been just like a sad sop if he took the bankruptcy and then just like lived in obscurity or whatever. Yeah, people like Donald Trump are like, I'm going to fuck kids, no problem. I'm going to own all the land and charge you for renting it, no problem, right? And then when everyone's homeless, he's like, oh, well, I'm going to start a war to send kids to go die and waste all your money so I don't have to admit I'm a pedophile. Donald Trump, right? And that shit is just like, it's obnoxious. People defend him. And honestly, the Democrats are just as bad. The Democrats are just as big of pedophiles as Donald Trump is. And so they're not doing anything about it either. So old men want to fuck hot young women and they don't care about laws or morality. You know, if you would charge rent to let people live, you would certainly send their boys off to die, circumcise them, use their daughters as sex toys on private islands. You would do anything, right? And the people that get me are the people who believe them. Like the people who are like, oh, but they're fine. They're not that bad. Everyone's lying. No. Yeah, that shit sucks. It's like rat society. It's like society ran by a chimpanzee. Like, excuse me, all the bananas are mine. You can work to get a banana. Every nice tree is mine. You can pay me bananas for being in the tree, right? And that's chimp society, and that's what they did. Just like, and they think they're geniuses. People like Donald Trump thinks he's a genius because he thinks about, what if everyone just owed me, right? Well, no one wants to fuck me because I'm ugly and dumb looking, so I'm going to abduct them against their will and use them in secrecy because I'm a genius, right? And it's like, you're not that smart, bro. You're not as smart as you think you are. A lot of us can think that easily and we'd go, oh, that's horrible. I'm never going to do that because that's awful, right? It's literally the most immoral thing I've ever heard. No way. I would rather be broke and loveless than a tyrant effing kids, right? For real. Isn't that true? Am I not pretty broke? Broke and loveless. But I'm definitely not a tyrant effing kids. You know, I had roommates. I paid back their security deposits. I charged myself in my home. I could have gotten away with paying less rent by charging my roommates $500 a month. If I charged both my roommates $500 a month, I could have only paid $350 a month. And lived cheaply, right? But I didn't. I said, I have the master bedroom. I have the nicest. I'll pay the most. I think I paid $700 a month. And I charged my roommates. So what's the other end of $1,300? So it's like each roommate paid like $300. I was great. I was a good, noble, upstanding guy. You know, people like Donald Trump wouldn't do that. People like Donald Trump would be like, how can I make them pay me so I can live free? Because I'm a genius. See, you're not a genius for doing that. Anyone can think to do that. But it just means you're a bad person. It means you're a scumbag. So, you know. it sucks. It sucks. The system has become so corrupt that I don't think about like America, the future, my great country. I think about, when is the thing getting destroyed? When are we going to eat the rich? When are all those billionaires who effed kids going to get torn apart in the streets? That's what I think about, as you should, you know. I don't want to be in control of the world. Makes no sense. I struggle making sure my fucking cooking pot is providing propane. I shouldn't control anything past my ability to touch it. And I'm fine with that. I live that way. I really do. So, because I'm not a fucking narcissist. Donald, I'm going to put my name on it. Trump HQ. He has one back pocket, hip pocket play, and it's I'm the best. Anytime he's challenged in an insecure moment, it's like, I'm the greatest. I'm the richest. Everyone says they've never seen anything like it. Anyway. Hope you figure it out. I do hope you figure it out. I hope one day you're like, wow, all those problems are long behind us. Like major diseases or people being tortured in town squares. You've mostly moved on from that. Yeah. People aren't hung in the gallows anymore. See, the problem with medieval justice is, how do you know the person you're accusing is guilty? They really didn't. You know, they've been able to prove, like when DNA came out, there's a lot of people who were in jail for definitely doing it who didn't do it, you know? So it's like, yeah, we've definitely improved. We're better off than we were 400 years ago, for sure. But it's still like, there's still problems. There's still problems, right? The people who do all the work don't have anything. And the people who don't do shit have mansion upon mansion upon mansion. And it's really like embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's really sad, you know? So I really think it should be the ethic. I've got one main stable home. It's mine, my design. I love it. I take care of it. It's unique to me. That's tons of nobility there. Not the rich have multiple mansions and the poor rent. The poor work all month and then they pay a third of their income toward rent. That's shit. If I had to choose a job to like give something back, it'd be a mechanic probably, or into mining maybe, you know, maybe even trucking. I may even consider being a trucker just to give things back, like to carry my weight. But really, like, I became so shocked at the injustices that I was like, I'll be carrying my weight more by attacking the system. Provide more space for people, provide less hoaxes to people, provide more dismantling of current power structures, that would actually help them more than if I, say, went and got a job as a mechanic. I would make a ton more money. If I was a mechanic, I would start making 3 or 4 times what I'm making now. And it would only go up. So, yeah. Mechanic's easy. Find the part that doesn't work, put the new one in. Get a new part in the mail, just put it the fuck in. I love some mechanics. I drove up into a mechanic yard and they were able to fix my problem immediately. They didn't charge me. They're like, that was a simple fix. Didn't cost us anything. So other places I know, it's like, well, we looked at it, so that's $180. Like, oh, wow. Yeah. I do believe in basic income because I want all those people that are working for cash to go away. I want you to do things because you care about it, you know? Yeah, I want basic income for the elderly. You kidding me? Social Security is a joke. You have infinite money for war, but caring for the working poor is too much. Yeah, right. Evil. They are evil. They're literally evil. It's a shark. It's a shark. The shark doesn't ask, hey, does it want to be eaten? It goes, I need to eat. If I'm going to keep Mansion 12 going, I need to make sure everyone else puts in some extra hours for no pay. I'm going to take their retirement funds because I'm a genius. Yeah. No, the good people have to defeat the sociopaths and the narcissists. You do. The good people of the world have to defeat the evil ones, right? People who are PDFs, people who are slavers, people who expect to live in mansions and make their renters poor, right? Donald Trump evicts people who can't pay rent. You can't pay rent, you're on the street, Grandma. Donald Trump, he's going to get another new tower. Y'all have to stop that. Y'all have to defeat it. It's getting obnoxious, right? And the cornerstone linchpin is you're too good. The part where it's like the reason the evil ones win is you're too nice. You agreed, oh yeah, God wouldn't want me to be negative or jealous, so I'm going to forgive and let go, and then they just do it with impunity. Nothing ever happens to them. So you really have to like step up. You have to step up and care. So I do what I can. I really do. I mean, maybe I'm lazy hanging out alone, but that's a part of like my financial success is not having high costs. I grocery shop 4 times a month. I shower 4 times a month. The rest of the time, I'm just sitting put using solar, right? Anyway, that's my yap.